Day one of our trip, we got a taste of javelina and adobe jack. On day two, we rode chuck wagon and tried out the skills park. Well, here we are on day three, our last ride before we head back home. When we were deciding what we were going to ride today, we mulled over a couple of options. There was a tricky trail that would have gotten us over to see folks try white line. That would have been pretty cool. But the thing was that we had some other things we needed to do before we left, so we couldn't dedicate the whole day to riding. We wanted to do some sightseeing and pick up some souvenirs for the wife and kids.
That's a pretty scene right there.
So we decided to go back to Bell Rock. There was a nice easy trail that we could do in a couple of hours and still provided some awesome scenery. It was another perfect weather day and we encountered a lot of hikers since it was the weekend. That never deterred us though. We were in pure relaxation mode. Who knows if and when we'd ever get back here, so today is purely a soak it all in day. Bell Rock Trail is considered an easy trail skill-wise. We figured if we started from the South Park and Ride and take it over to the Chapel of the Holy Cross, that would be a 12-mile loop and we could manage that in a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's the kind of ride I was looking for today.
This must be the end.
To those unfamiliar, Chapel of the Holy Cross is a popular tourist destination. The chapel is built into the landscape and offers some spectacular views. We weren't sure if we could take our bikes up and around to the observation area. One guy initially told us no, but he also admitted that he didn't work there. We found someone who officially worked there, and he said yes. After getting some Polaroids, we started to head back. What Bell Rock lacked in technicality, it made up for in just flowing fun.
So apparently I trained enough for 2 days.
One of the coolest things I found about Sedona was how much they embrace the outdoor lifestyle. Biking and hiking is considered the norm around here, and there weren't many places that you couldn't go by bike. Most of the trail was double track, and there were a handful of places that had these little whoop-de-doos that broke up the easiness just enough to have a little bit of fun. Actually, I did get a little too confident at some point, and was quickly reminded that maybe I should rethink my decisions. Once we got back to the truck, we packed things up and started to say our goodbyes to the trails. After we got back to the place and got our stuff together, we went back out to drop off the bikes and do some souvenir shopping. We took it easy for the rest of the day because we had to be up early the next morning for our trip home. Good thing we did too, because with the hour drive to the airport and some unfortunate flight delays, it was over a 12-hour ordeal to get back to Maryland.
So the million-dollar question is, was it all worth it? What say you, Rich?
I say yes.
It was. It definitely was. If you guys have a chance to ever come out here, take it. It was so much fun. We were just talking earlier about how cool the trails were, how they were challenging but not impossible. The one nice thing is that they have a lot of different trails to accommodate all kinds of skill level. Yeah, just do it. Come on out and do it.
And we just met great people out here too. Everybody we ran into was cool and just happy to be here. And, I think that helped out the trip quite a bit too.
It's kind of funny. Since I've only been into this mountain biking thing for only about 3 years now, this kind of trip was something I wouldn't have considered until recently. Most vacations I've taken have been your standard fare, mostly trips to the local shore, with an occasional trip to Busch Gardens, Disney World, and Vegas thrown in over the years. I actually kept trying to come up with reasons not to take this trip. Thankfully, Rich was persistent enough to talk me into it, and my lovely wife was supportive with my decision. It has quickly jumped up the list to one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. I'm hoping now that this will be just the beginning. I'm sure there are some awesome places that aren't on the other side of the country we could explore. Some could be in our own backyard. We'll keep going, doing our thing, and progressing at our own pace. Thanks for coming along on this trip with us, and if you want to see more of what a couple of older guys can get themselves into, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for future episodes. Until then, stay young and ride safe.